I ask Robina from Positive Action, who has done so much, she and this organisation, to help with a lot of what Anne's been talking about, to say a few words here now.
I just wanted to say that we came from a meeting this morning at London Road Police Office. We were asked to go there, and there were a lot of police officers there, and there was the UK Borders Agency representatives and there were the YMCA representatives. The divisional commander guy that was there said that we were all there to share information about what was going on in Red Road and elsewhere, and what we could do to make sure there were no public order issues, and that asylum seekers felt assured in the area. And they said they'd put 2 police officers in the Red Road area now until the end of the week. And the YMCA, who has a contract, they make a lot of money out of a contract with the UK Borders Agency. The YMCA said, and they cooperate over the removals of asylum seekers from the Red Road flats with the UK Borders Agency, so they very much hold hands with the UK Borders Agency and literally are not trusted by residents living there. They said that they would offer counselling to the asylum seekers. Now, they're not a counselling service, so they're to provide accommodation, they get a lot of money for it. That's what they said. The UK Borders Agency said, they just said something innocuous that I can't even remember at this point. We were asked to make a statement, and we said we wanted to know whether the UK Borders Agency were carrying out or planning to carry out any immigration removals in the Red Road area, because there are a lot of asylum seekers there who are frightened for their lives and are desperate, and many who would consider the same tragic actions that were taken by that family at Red Road. And the UK Borders Agency said, not really. I said, could you clarify, are you planning or are you carrying out any dawn raids or immigration removals at Red Road or elsewhere? And he said he wasn't going to tell me. At which point the divisional commander told me to shut up, and I was not to speak any more about this. We were just there to share information. So I said, you can have your cup of tea, enjoy your tea, we're getting out of this meeting, it's a waste of time. So we walked out of there. The point I'm trying to make is that they are still not prepared to say whether they are going to end the dawn raids or the immigration removals, either from Brand Street Reporting Centre or from the Red Road. So it means that asylum seekers continue to live in fear of being removed, being made destitute, being sent to a detention centre, being locked up, or at worst being sent back to a country that they feel is unsafe for them to return to for whatever reasons. The only other thing I wanted to say is there's a lot of speculation going on by unnamed sources, and bear in mind that the Home Office said that they are not prepared to comment at this time, and this unnamed source is saying that as far as they're aware, the Russian family, the father was delusional and he led his wife and son to their death from the balcony of that flat on Sunday morning. Now, nobody was in that flat, so who is this unnamed source that seems to know all of what was going on in that flat? No one knows what was going on in that flat. So I would really caution you, and I know there's a Daily Mail journalist here, so please be careful of that as well, because they'll be coming out with their headlines tomorrow. Please be careful of any misinformation that's been put out by these unnamed sources that claim to be cherry-picking information out of someone's asylum applications. You're talking about people who are dead and cannot answer back for themselves and say exactly what their circumstances were or why they were led, a mother, a father and their son in their 20s, who she would have brought up from gave birth to, brought up, you know, who would go over that balcony. There had to be a reason for it, and we know for certain that if you've been refused asylum as they were, and if you've been told that you have to leave that Sunday morning as they were, something happened. The night before, on the Saturday evening, they had been taking bags out of the flat. That to me is not the actions of someone trying to commit suicide. That's the actions of someone perhaps trying to evade any form of removal by the immigration authorities and being in fear of that. That's what it says to me. So no one knows what was going on there, so please be careful about any press speculation trying to make out that this was just a crazy man who led his family over the edge. We're calling for a public inquiry into those suicides, and we're asking everyone to write to their elected representatives, everyone to write, including people who are from the refugee communities here as well. You have a right to challenge this system and ask whether or not it is giving people human rights, because you know what that system is like and how much it frightens you, your children and your family. And we all know that from this place here, Brand Street, on Thursday, a mother and her twin 6-year-old sons were removed from Brand Street Reporting Centre. The children were still in their school uniforms. The mother had picked up her twin 6-year-olds from Cranhill Primary in Glasgow's Cranhill area and then came here to sign on as a gesture of goodwill that she was not running away anywhere. And what did they do? They picked her up, removed her, took her and the children, no picking up of belongings, no saying goodbye to anyone, and threw them into Dungaville Removal Centre, and they're now being transferred to England, into Yarlswood, with a view to removing those children. Those children grew up here since the age of 1. They don't know Africa, they know Glasgow and they have Glasgow accents, and they think they've done something wrong by being put in that prison, and they think they've done something to hurt or upset their mother. And that's the reality for people in these circumstances. So do we in Scotland want that to happen? Do we in Scotland want that kind of level of human rights abuses going on and pretend that it's all being dealt with nicely by some fast-track asylum system? Because that's not what's happening, and please, please, please keep up your actions. The protests are good, but you have to write and put pressure on the Scottish Parliament as a first end. We want questions raised at First Minister's questions on Thursday at the Scottish Parliament. We hope that Anne McLaughlin and other MSPs will do the exact same, and we want to have a public inquiry into these suicides.